Watchdogs was, well, kind of a surprise hit when it came out in 2014 with its unique brand of hacky stealth open world adventuring. The first game sold well, but was met with a lukewarm critical reception and had an awful lot of bugs. And now the sequel attempts to make things bigger, better, and hipper the second time around. Starting November 15th on Xbox One and PS4 and November 29th for PC, you'll be free running and getting all super woke all across San Francisco in Watch Dogs 2. So here's everything you need to know before you go out and buy the game. For the uninitiated, Watch Dogs is an open world series by Ubisoft that focuses on stealth, technology, and hacking the world around you to your advantage. The first game allowed players to tap into cell phones of innocent bystanders to gain information, hijack surveillance cameras, and hack their way across a fictionalized version of Chicago. While Watch Dogs 2's story features a new main character and is set in a different city, the events of the first game do tie into this one's premise. The TLDR version is that the main character of the first game, Aiden Pierce, who's basically like Batman if he was boring and kind of dorky, takes cyber revenge out on the evil Bloom Corporation, the company responsible for an attempted hit on his life, a successful hit on his family's, and the oppressive technology known as CTOS. CTOS is a supercomputer that spies on basically everybody and manipulates citizens on a massive scale. Together with the help of DedSec, an underground group of hackers, Pierce is temporarily victorious against Bloom, who announced at the end of Watch Dogs 1 that they have completed CTOS 2.0, soon to be launched in other major metropolitan areas, which brings us to Watch Dogs 2. In the sequel, you play as Marcus Holloway, a young hacker living in the birthplace of the tech revolution, the San Francisco Bay Area. Watch Dogs 2's San Francisco takes a few liberties, but the map, which is double the size of the first game's, also includes Oakland, Marin County, and Silicon Valley. At the start of the game, Marcus is framed by the CTOS surveillance system for a crime he didn't commit and decides to fight back in order to change the system. This quest leads him to team up with DedSec, the same notorious group of hackers from Watch Dogs 1, to execute the biggest hack in history: take down CTOS 2.0, hack the planet. After criticisms that the first game didn't offer enough to do, Ubisoft has claimed they'll be fixing that problem and more in the sequel. You can now hack just about anything you want to in the game's open world, plus there's a little bit more variety in terms of activities. They've also said Marcus will be much more charismatic than Aiden and that the story will be a little bit more fun. All important things. Watch Dogs 2 will also allow you to combine hacks together for more powerful outcomes. You'll have remote-controlled cars, quadcopter drones, and 3D printed weapons at your disposal to hack into cars or radios or weapons or just about everything in between. In every mission, you can complete it via stealth or go in guns blazing, as there's a greater emphasis placed on how combat works this time around. Marcus will also be much more mobile than Aiden, with Ubisoft adding a parkour focus to Watch Dogs 2. Parkour! No matter how you like playing the game, you can actually complete it without killing anybody. You'll be able to upgrade yourself and your gadgets as you progress through the game. Upgrades fall into one of three categories: stealth, aggressor, and trickster, giving you more tools to play how you want to. Now, in terms of diversions and distractions around San Francisco, there are actually quite a few, mostly served up by your in-game cell phone. You'll find challenges via social media, like taking pictures of city landmarks, or boot up the Uber-like Driver San Francisco app to pick up passengers in a crazy taxi-style minigame, because why not? Each one of these earns you rewards and more followers, which helps you make more progress. While the first game dabbled with multiplayer a little bit, Watch Dogs 2 will offer more ways to play with friends and strangers, if strangers are kind of your thing. Players can meet up with each other in the shared open world to complete missions cooperatively, or they can hook back up in a popular mode from the first game, Invasion. Invasion is a one-on-one mode in which another player secretly infiltrates your game and tries to plant a virus on your phone. There's also Bounty Hunter, a new mode which can be activated if you screw up too much shit in the world and a bounty gets placed on your head. The game's cops and up to 3 players will then try to hunt you down, getting a reward if they kill you. Meanwhile, you can get a bigger reward for either escaping or killing them first. If you want, you can place a bounty on your own head at any time, in case that sounds like a good idea. If multiplayer sounds like something you think you'll do a lot of in Watch Dogs 2, you may want to consider the Season Pass. It comes with a pretty expensive $40 price tag, but most of its content has to do with adding deeper levels of cooperative play with more difficulty levels and weapons and tougher enemies. But you could also just wait and see how well the multiplayer works out of the gate before you drop all that money, and how Ubisoft plans to support it in the long term, especially after what happened with The Division. Now, if PC is your platform of choice, Watch Dogs 2 will be out a little bit later for you on November 29th. Ubisoft announced that delay back in October, saying it was to ensure 4K support and uncapped FPS and ultra textures with extra details. They've also released a full list of other PC settings you can fiddle with, like customized placement of the menu and HUD, FOV sliders, pixel density sliders, on-the-fly gamepad switching, and sharpness sliders. So you'll have to wait a little bit longer, but hopefully a much steadier launch than Watch Dogs on PC was, because we all remember that, right? And that's why you didn't pre-order. And that rounds out everything we know about Watch Dogs 2. What about you guys? You planning on picking the game up? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to check out other videos in our Know Before You Go series if you're trying to compare features before making a decision.
For counterculture. Free spirits setting the new norm decades ahead of time. Just take your curiosity for a walk. Or a ride.